Greetings, beautiful soul tribe. It is me and Shahram.
Greetings everyone, how's everyone doing on this beautiful fine evening, afternoon or day or morning?
Wherever you are in this beautiful world, right?
Yes, it is a beautiful world, look around us.
This is what's going on around us right now. So as soon as we decided to come on here and record, we've been at the beach for how long have we been here?
I don't know, about an hour and a half maybe.
So we decided we're gonna find a rock to sit on and record. And as soon as we came up here on this rock to record, what happened?
Suddenly there was interruptions happening everywhere. It was like music was going, people's phones were going, people coming over to the sea, trying to infiltrate our space.
This is a real thing that's been happening. This is just something that we wanted to kind of test out. We wanted to really test out because whenever we're in our clearest of thoughts, things do try to distract us. Just like when we're having a deep conversation with our loved ones, their phone goes off, or someone's at the door, or something happens where we cannot complete, or something tries to keep us from completion of the mission, I guess. I don't really know how to even put that, but it's happening quite often, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's always happening, it's just about trying to find a sacred space and not getting interrupted by any other frequency. It's hard to do, and there's a lot of frequency about, so yeah, that's what we're trying to do, and it makes sense because if you want to go into your divine self and get into your divine root, you need to pull yourself from distractions.
Even around a group of people, you have to pull the distractions away, or you have to learn patience to continue channeling. If this would have been me maybe a year and a half ago, I would have not even went and started recording. I would have been distracted from whatever I was going to come on here to say, and it's kind of sad for me because and a learning tool for me because I taught myself actually that I cannot let other people's energy influence my path, my journey, where we're going. And I want to, and look, when have you ever seen this duck? Look at this duck right here. There's a duck, guys. There's so many distractions. Even nature is coming out. It's just like, hey, that's crazy. One duck. See, that's a distraction, and I almost fell for it. There's just one of many. So I just wanted to come up here and kind of channel through with Shahram as we're spending a day at the beach with our friends. We went up the mountain to look at the view. And decided that this was a day where we were going to connect with Earth and just get outside and enjoy the wind, the water, the land, and channel through. So I just wanted to come in here and say, hey, hang in there. There's plenty of distractions that always try to keep us away from our path, from doing what we're meant to be doing, to question what we're doing, to even take us away from what we're doing. And hang in there, stay focused. And focus is not a tool of just like a disciplined mind. Focus is like learning how to combat distraction. So staying focused is really, that's it, learning how to combat distraction. It's not just like, I'm going to stay focused on this one thing. I'm focused on this one thing, because then that's going to be, I feel like that's actually made me less focused, trying to stay focused on one thing. So just combating distractions for me, whenever energies, like they come to feed. It sounds so crazy. Does that sound crazy?
No, it's true though, it's every day we've got something to try and protect us from.
Try and what we're protecting ourselves from and trying to take us from. But yeah, so what I do is I just ground my energy. I know that everything else doesn't really matter right now when I'm coming on here to talk to you guys. to share my epiphany, to share the love, to just really say, hey, you are not alone. We're going through a bunch of this shift. It's the shift. It's releasing old shit so that we could continue on creating this beautiful new earth. It's pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular.
It is, we're all evolving now, and this is what the beautiful thing is. We're all evolving to our own better version, and we're seeing that how easy it is for us to actually manifest. If it's in a good frequency, that it comes to us. And it's amazing to see it, because we don't boast about it. We don't like telling people, oh yeah, I thought about this 2 years ago and it come in my life. You don't want to do it about, because it's a sacred self talking to yourself, knowing how powerful you are and how powerful that you can easily create things, good things to come, of course. So it's all about being straight, honest, and keep your goals into your mind. Don't get sidetracked, and don't let others sidetrack you.
Yeah, for sure. And we come from love, and we don't come with competition.
No.
At all.
Never.
So we don't need to share all of our details on what we're doing with our life, our challenges, and unless it's helping somebody.
Of course.
Unless it's helping people.
And it's already doing it. Just being around a person who's a little bit lost and is just could open up, releases a little bit of stress. It works. It helps, and you're healing them in a weird way. But don't give too much of yourself to them.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah. And guys, I just want to. I know you guys are already aware of false light and false light workers and fake friends, frenemies, people who just don't vibe right or who just project out on people. So as we are shifting, you're gonna be running into a lot of these people. So just beware, be alert, and come from love. And if somebody's not coming from a place of love, then they're not vibing with the light.
It's true, It gets to a point where where people are actually calling upon your energy or calling upon your help. I've realised that when you let people talk, they talk a lot of stuff, and you can work it out. You can work the equations. So you get people who are trying to convince you to be like a certain way or believe in a certain thing, but you got to remember that it's your own fault what makes you you. So you don't need to follow
your own heart.
So let your whole body talk to you. Don't let your mind quickly think of the quick instant thing. Let your whole body speak to you before you even think about finishing the question or answer.
Don't seek to respond really fast. Or those are those people. So I want to tell you about this special creature that I've ran into on the island. He's definitely a different type of energy that needs a little bit more love. That's all, a lot of love. And this energy is an energy who states that pretty much his energy is better than anybody, and people can't stand to be around him because of his light. But when you're around him, the energy, he's like snorting, I say it all, like snorting your energy. He's harvesting, you could tell, because he's the only one that's talking. It may be a she, whatever, but it's the energy. It has no male or female to it. The energy is always talking, and not waiting for any response, but wanting to preach. That's a problem. Are you a preacher or are you a healer? How you run into people like that just and then they want to. It's almost like, go to this church. My church is the right church, and I'm not talking shit about people of religion. It's a spiritual journey that I'm on. I'm not here for any of the other stuff, talking shit about anyone's religion, but this is just an example, guys. You guys know. But it's like, if you don't believe in my church, then everyone else is wrong. You're against me. If you're not with me, you're against me. And I found that odd because this energy knows a lot. You know, the energy does their work as far as reading, but not doing their healing work as far as healing their own shit, healing their ego. So this is another thing I wanted to really channel to you. And because these types of people are coming into my life, I know, Soul Tribe, I know they're coming into your life. It could be family members, it could be friends, it could be new friends, old friends, it could be people at work, it could be your boss. This is just energy specific. So it could be a preacher. So just stay, like Shahram was saying, stay true to yourself, your heart. Know what's right by what you're feeling. Don't seek to be understood. Seek to send and share love.
Yeah, of course, and grow with the good, great people around you. You know who to accept in, who's going to feed you in the right positive frequency, and that's what's happening now. You know, we're coming of age of understanding of who is the right frequency and what we're going to actually learn from, and we're all energy sources. So, yeah, and this is what's beautiful. Everyone is doing it. You're seeing light blossoming all over the world now. You know, so much information is getting broadcasted. There are truths coming out, hidden truths coming out. There's historical events what are being changed. You know, so it's a kind of wow. Look what's happening. 2022 is a shift of truth.
Yeah.
So truth is coming out in such an abundance that it's kind of, you got to be on it, because you know, if you're not speaking truth, then how are you going to be able to extend into the next level, you know, of understanding?
Ascension. This leads to another topic real quick, guys. Stick with me, because this is actually happening in life right now. And I want you to talk about this too. That's why.
Cool.
So ascension. What is ascension? So people, can you want to share the energy that thinks what ascension is? Or we're not gonna ascend. We're not gonna ascend because we're not friends. I laugh because people are so messed up in ways of manipulation. There's energies that are out there that are legit manipulating manipulating not the energy, but manipulating people's thoughts on and it's for me it's funny. It's really sick, but it's funny because we see it. So one of our friends was like, "What's it like being you?" What's it like being you and Shahram in your guys' life? Gosh, you guys, I am true whenever I come on here. We're true, and we don't edit and stuff, and sometimes we rant and ramble and stuff, and I'm still doing my healing. We're still doing all of our healing, and it's a lot of happiness, a lot of crying and going inside and healing. It's a lot of shift and change. It's a lot of understanding to understand, understand to understand.
And it brings up new ways of thinking, because you thought you know something, then suddenly you don't, and then you're like, hold on a minute, this person's actually seen the truth inside me. So it makes you look into a different perspective. I think that's the beauty of life, is then you can never stop growing, because everyone has an individual output and individual opinion, and that's what helps us grow, because we're learning from other people's opinions, good or bad, you know, positive or negative. It's one way or another. It's up to us how we absorb that energy from that situation, moment, person.
Yeah, the energy itself, and we know when and what we can see. I can see like an energy I know I resonate with. Ooh, look at that! Did you see that? Look at that! I can see an energy that I'm not resonating with through my heart. My eyes are like, my heart has eyes, is what I feel. It's the only way to really explain it. And my body gets it hurts when I'm around bad vibing people that don't resonate with me. I'm not saying they're bad people. I feel, and I start feeling this emotions and stuff, and they're not mine, and I have to clear them out, and I cancel them out, and I just I could sometimes feel sick, feel sick, and I get out. I block, I shield. I'm always shielding, but sometimes people's energy is like, if you're around it too long, you gotta go. You're like, whoo, you need to go ground yourself. You need to be out in nature. You need to get out of the situation. You need to cover up. What do you do?
Yeah, you do. You need to, the minute you walk out of the house, you need to shield yourself, because you just don't know what energy is going to latch onto you. When you go to the supermarket, see friends, sitting in a friend's couch where they've had another friend come over, but their energy is still stagnant and still in the cushions and pillows. So it's easy to be attached to energies what unwanted for us, for your individual frequency.
And she said, she asked, what is it like? How do we, with our third eye being open, how do we know our third eye is open? Like, what do we feel? What do we see? Like,
it's a kind of like, it's a sacred knowing. It's more of a kind of, too many things add up, down to the way you're thinking of something, and then a great bird will come in the sky while you're thinking of it. It's like the animal guides are with you, it's just supporting you in that kind of motion. It's down to actually tapping into the messages what come to us every day, every second of the day.
Being open,
yeah. So I think it's like having the alchemy of knowing, of life.
Of awareness?
Yeah.
Yep. And going with it and trusting it.
Yes.
Ooh,
definitely trusting it.
Trusting. What do you call it? Your second voice, but I call it my first.
Listen
to your second voice, but your first voice, because our first voice is the frequency. Our second voice is our higher self. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah. So always listen to your listen to your gut feeling, basically.
Yeah, for real. That'll never lie to you.
No, it won't. And because we're getting more and more awakened to bullshit, and we can see people for who they are and still love them unconditionally, because whatever we see in somebody else, it's a version of ourselves that we've healed, or it's a version of ourselves that needs healed. Think of it like that. That's whacked, huh? It's whacked. It's always learning. It's always healing. It's always clearing. It's never ending. So sending you guys so much love and so much light. I just thought we'd come out here and do the little challenge to see how many distractions would come our way, and the more we ignored it, the quicker it went away. Had we have been like huffy or puffy like I used to be once upon a time ago, he laughs because he's serious. Yeah. Then it would have stayed longer and more would have came. This is definitely magic here. A school of magic, a school of lessons, learning. It's our movie. It's your movie. Thank you for allowing us in it. Thank you for allowing us to talk to you for however long you channeled into. You're resonating with the frequency, or you wouldn't be here. And I send you love because you've got this, and we made it, and we continue to climb those stairs, walk the path, do the dang thing.
Yeah, just be trustworthy of your choices, and just make sure that you're doing what's right for you and your environment.
Yeah.
And what we take, we must give back.
Yep. And I want to thank you for inspiring me with the questions that come at me, inspiring me to continue this channel, as I am still like in my physical body here, integrating the energies of Greece. So thank you all for being here, and know that we do create our reality, because I've done it. I'm continuously doing it, and I still run into fear. I clear it out as soon as it gets here. I don't allow it to take over. As soon as I feel it, I know the feeling before it even gets to my mind. I clear it and I heal it. And how I do that is I just immediately I feel it in my body. I'm like, I identify it. I'm scared. I'm fearful. Why? And then I go to the root. But what? And then continuously going more and more, go deeper into the feeling. And then I find it in my body, in my mind, in my life. And then I clear it. I release it. I release what no longer serves me. And I fill my body with love and light. I fill my body with faith and trust. That's just an example. And yeah, it sounds like words is what I'm doing, and exactly what I'm doing. But I use it with my heart. The words I speak with my heart, and then it overtakes my body, and it works. Ground the energy so it stays center, ground and center. So all the work that you're doing stays. Even when you're in meditation, this is why you ground, so you could bring back the messages. I've learned that. I never knew that, so maybe that was for somebody. Maybe not everybody feels that way, but it works for me. That's how I know. We're here learning together, guys. I'm just a real person over here. We're real people making magic together.
Yes, and many more people are doing the same thing around the world, and that's what makes us, very unique, because we are regaining this circle of brightness, of light, of understanding, of helping, of creating, of manifesting right things for not just oneself but for the community, so we're all thinking on that same kind of thought pattern now, and that's what is so special, is now we are relating to many, where before we would have been cursed and be called many other things,
lifetimes ago.
So it's kind of now times have changed, and they're seeing the magic we can bring into this world and what we can actually change.
And the dark people, the dark energies, they're the ones that are jealous. They're the ones that feel lack. They're the ones that feel like they need to compete. And it's not just a person in general. It's a dark energy that we just need to give it love. Some people just want to take light. They don't want to balance the energy. They don't want to give back. They just want to take. And you have to watch out for those energies. If you're tired when you leave someone's house, man, let that be a sign. If you don't want to pick up the phone because somebody's calling you, let that be your intuition. Let that be your active third eye. There you go. These. If you answer that phone, you're going against your gut feeling, and you're not going to be able to open that as quick. So the more you're true to yourself and your sacred choices, then you're going to continue to unlock your third eye, unlock your heart, unlock your authentic self. I'm continuously doing it, and sometimes I feel like I go backwards. I do, and I'm just being honest, because I feel like I'm not doing the work, or I may need to repeat a lesson. It sucks, but you know what? I don't stay in that sucky mode. I'm like, I got this. What do I need to do? How can I help myself? Show me the way, and I allow others as the reflection of myself to show me the way, and I do it.
That's it. And that's why it's so beautiful to have someone like this, to have someone to actually see and talk, and then you see it from a different point of view, and then it opens up a door that you could have thought about but you didn't, and you're like, okay, now I get it. So you're thinking from another thought pattern, another time thought, and it's like, wow, you see it from different perspectives.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just like, it's nice to see.
Yep.
It's beautiful to see.
It is. So find your tribe, guys. Continue finding your tribe, and the more you say no to the people and the energies that you don't want to be around, that do not serve you, that take from you instead of give, the more you're going to be around energies that
open more doors for you,
yeah.
Create doors for you, and create new pathways of brilliant, amazing opportunities for you to become the best version of yourself.
And balance each other out. So you're not draining each other's cups.
Never, and that's about it. It's about, there is times, of course, but it's rebalancing and finding time to build with each other. Individually, people are strong, powerful, yeah, but it takes time to build a great circle or a great bond, and this is what we've forgotten about. It's kind of, we've forgotten about. We want things now, quick, done. Yesterday was yesterday, and today's the future. Now it's all about actually being patient.
Tomorrow's the future.
Being patient, yeah, okay, whatever. Being patient and being wise of what we want in our lives, and realizing that, oh yeah, I asked for this 10 years ago. And it's like, oh shit, now I've got it. Now, is this what I really want? Yes, it is. And now where am I going to go? I'm going to go and do this. So it's about keeping your faith and your dream within what you had before, and not letting others change it. People can be a part of it, but never change the full story.
Yeah, build, grow together. All right. right, my soul tribe, thank you for hanging in there. I love you guys so much. Yasiawa tinaka tu esiamu makayata akaka inesiata odo eshika papate reatenia nakata isiatu sia makayena tetesiata. I feel like a translator. Kasumakata. For those of you who don't fully get the message, it's okay. Take mi makani tasia waka 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 tanya namahata inakata. You guys are so loved. Dasi nakata ya shukwata wapate de de atako maashiakati takata o anayina haka. Asia wa. Tatenia na masi tutu sta pate de tata mahakuku shia ta asiaka dedia na ma indisi. I love you all. I love you all so much. Mbasi takasia to atenya ni nakate ataka yala kashima ya nakata yishiku ororo shikira yama yaneke ya yawayasa ya nakere ayoe hakamayani asiata. You are safe. Yanahata suapata makayata. Your home. Tiria nakata siata. It's in your heart. Ta inekede bayi nakato sa nakata. All is well. Sia wake nakata waka waka nikita nesu wakate. Tia nakata. Allow your heart to feel. Allow your heart to love some more. More and more and more. Papai nakapopo yaka wata nakata. Ayisakanakuata mbaka wawa ndesiata. Clear out whatever that keeps you from fully loving hina nia nakata, those energies that you try to hide in your mind. Tate sia kokamake nikata. Don't do that no more. Tutu pa inahata. Don't do it no more. Taki nakata sia takawata. Allow the emotions to come to you apa nakata, and for you to feel it tashiaka nakata, so that you can let it go. Mbasi nakata ndekesiata wata, and forgive yourself. Inaka ni nakata. Boba nakata siata. That's for someone. Te nakata. I love you so much. Yaka nakata. Oh apana hata siata. Oh, my head got chills. Yinakira siata yinaka yinakato senaka wawa yinakatu bo nakati takata. Da siata kawaki nakakakata tiskeda wata. Yani nakata. Sianako atata mba ayana ate nakata. Tiana hata. You no longer have to carry that weight. Da sianaka